What's up guys, this is TVW slash TheVoltWithin here, bringing you guys another part of our Elder Scrolls 6 Let's Talk series. And if you want to leave down a certain topic for me to discuss or cover in the next video, be sure to leave it down in the comments down below. And if it's something that I find interesting or something that I would feel like would be a great topic to discuss, I will be sure to cover it on the next video. So in this part, I will be talking about the voice protagonist situation of the Elder Scrolls 6. And as a lot of you know that have played Fallout 4, is that there is voice protagonists implemented into their game. Now, I was watching like a couple videos of other YouTubers, shoutouts to Fudge Muppet. I was watching his video and he pretty much covered like the simple like stuff that's basically true, because he was kind of talking about the different races and how each male and female of those 10 races will take lots of work. Because in Fallout 4 they covered 13,000 lines for both the male and female protagonists in Fallout 4, and so having to do that in the next Elder Scrolls game with all 10 races and the 2 different sexes will be kind of insane if they will be able to pull that off. Now, I was also reading some forums online, and a lot of people do not want a voice protagonist in the next Elder Scrolls game, just because it just kind of takes away the immersion of the game, and I have to agree with that, because I think I mentioned it in a previous part of the series. I basically talked about how it would kind of take away the serious aspect of the Elder Scrolls game, because I mean, if we all think about it, there's tons of different variety of how to create our characters, especially with the different races and the different options to customize whether if there will be a female or a male character. And I don't know, I mean, just playing Skyrim over and over, and even Oblivion and Morrowind, you just kind of have to bring your imagination to the table and just kind of roleplay. I mean, that's kind of how a lot of people play the Elder Scrolls, is role-playing and just kind of having their own personal imagination of what their character is like. That to me is what makes a game pretty good. If you can kind of give your players or your audience a great imagination of what their character is like, that's basically all you really need. So what else do I have to talk about this situation? Now, with Fallout 4, I mean, the voice protagonist, the whole dialogue options, and just kind of how your dialogue options affect the choices of the game, I feel like is a great idea. But in the Elder Scrolls game, I just feel like it's not really needed, just because, I mean, I think we're all grown to how the Elder Scrolls, I guess, not curriculum, but the core engine of what Elder Scrolls is supposed to be like. I mean, I've played Elder Scrolls quite a millions of times, and I never get bored of the storyline and the dialogue options. I'm always still listening to the NPCs when they're talking to me, and it's not one of those things that I'm really tired of it and I just choose to skip the dialogue. Unless if it's something that I really don't want to hear, then I'll probably skip it, but that's usually really, really minor in some situations. Elder Scrolls Online kind of had this problem. I don't know why, but in comparison to Skyrim, I just felt like some of the NPCs in Elder Scrolls Online was kind of repetitive, and it just kind of felt more fetch quest for me. That's kind of why I don't like fetch quests in those type of games, because it's just kind of rinse repeat and you're kind of listening to the same thing. So will they ever implement voice protagonists in the next Elder Scrolls game? I really personally don't think they will, but if they somehow manage to do that, it will be a lot of work, just because you have to record quite an insane amount of voice types of recordings for each race and sex. So I don't know, I don't really see it happening, but if it does happen, I will give Bethesda a kudos, props to them. And plus, I mean, I don't think a lot of us really want a voice protagonist in the game. And I know like a lot of us are used to different RPGs or MMOs, how like our choices really matter. And then our choices also affect the way the story winds up being, especially like games like Mass Effect. Even though Mass Effect kind of had a controversial ending to the game, and they made an alternate ending saying basically F you, because this is the ending I want you guys to see. So yeah, have it up. Anyways, I mean, other than Mass Effect, I'm sure games like Dragon Age, Witcher 3, and all those type of other games do have their differences, but in the Elder Scrolls game, it just kind of feels like it's not really needed, because we're all kind of used to and kind of enjoy the part of the Elder Scrolls game to where we don't have to listen to a voice protagonist of our own character, because I do agree that it takes away the immersion and the serious aspect of the game, and I really don't think it's something that I would really want, just because I can only see it in the Fallout game, just because Fallout kind of needs that kind of thing, just because it's Fallout, in my personal opinion. But in an Elder Scrolls game, I don't really think it's gonna be happening. So let me know what you guys think as far as the voice protagonist problem, and leave down your next topic for me to cover on the next video. And yeah, this is a video for you guys here today. Please leave a like if you enjoyed it, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel if you like what you see. And this is TheVoltWithin here, and I'll see you guys on the next video.